Hello. And that guy looks like broccoli.
That was weird.
Every creature that you can see in Ant-Man 3, MCU heads deeper into the quantum realm with their latest movie Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and things take a stranger turn. It is fun to witness the inhabitants of the quantum realm, who come in all shapes and sizes and forms. In this video, we have attempted a compilation of some of the bizarre creatures and alien entities that can be observed during the course of the movie. Some of them have insignificant momentary appearances, while some others have a more impactful role, and we will try to simplify their presence for you. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Hostile Arachnids, mini xenomorph-looking creatures that attack Janet. One of the first major creatures in the quantum realm can be seen in the opening sequence of the movie. As Janet runs across the treacherous, mysterious terrain, she watches in horror as the tiny xenomorph-like creatures approach her in predatory mode. The creatures appear to have 4 limbs and a stinger like a scorpion. These creatures are unbelievably fast and leap towards their prey in a lethal attack. They make a creepy screeching noise, and it is safe to assume that their attacks are probably for consumption purposes. Janet manages to shoot down a couple of them, but a third one gets her. Just as the creature is about to launch a fatal bite, Kang the Conqueror destroys it in the nick of time. Glowing octopus-like ball of fire that attacks Scott. After everyone ends up in the quantum realm following a freak accident, Scott and his daughter Cassie are separated from the others. As the duo is trying to make sense of this strange world, they observe a glowing sun approaching them fast. As it comes closer, Scott uses his suit to grow to a gigantic size and tries protecting his daughter. It turns out that what seemed like a ball of fire was actually a large octopus-like creature with multiple tentacles. The spherical body grabs Scott and the tentacles wrap around his legs, but he manages to overpower the creature and flings it away by grabbing it by the tentacles. It was no more than a minor threat, but the scene offered a genuine jump scare to the audience. Giant floating jellyfish-looking creature that attacks Scott and his daughter. Barely had they recovered from the shock, Scott and his daughter face another strange creature in the quantum realm. This gigantic jellyfish-looking creature emerges from the ground and is probably an underground organism. It was so large that it almost covered the skies over Scott and Cassie, and it seemed like the creature also had the ability to float through the air to launch its attacks. Just as it was about to prey on them, they have a lucky break as another fascinating entity from the realm, Zolom, destroys the creature with powerful rays shot from his head. Zolom, ray machine for a head and a gallant rebel. He turns out to be the savior for Scott and Cassie, and it is soon revealed that Zolom is not alone. He is a member of the group of rebels who fight against Kang the Conqueror and his evil regime. Zolom is portrayed as a fierce fighter, and his head is basically a glowing tube that can project powerful rays to deter the enemies. He proves to be a useful asset for the rebels, but in the final moments of the movie, Kang the Conqueror proves to be a bit too powerful for him. The evil warlord uses his own powers and attacks him with such ferocity that his head blows apart and he drops down dead. Friendly humanoid with a bug-like parasitic head, the friendly duel with Janet. This is the first creature that approaches the trio comprising Janet, Hank Pym, and Hope. It isn't alone, and comes with a horde of many other similar creatures, some of whom can be seen riding large snail-like horses. It is a tense moment, where the viewer is made to think that there can be some hostility between the groups, but it is soon diffused when Janet and the creature indulge in a friendly hug. This insect-faced humanoid even summons a ride for them to reach Janet's intended destination in the quantum realm. The face of this creature is easily its most defining feature because it is shaped like that of a bug or an ant's upper body and lacks any clear features. Flying bat-like blue-eyed creatures. This creature might remind you a little of Avatar movies, because the blue-eyed flying entity is the kind of joyride you have seen in the James Cameron classic. Janet exclaims to Hank Pym and Hope that their ride has arrived as the friendly humanoids summon this creature for them. The creature does not seem hostile and looks adorable with its large blue glowing eyes. Even the bulbous head between the eyes keeps glowing in the shade of orange from time to time. It flies them to Janet's familiar territory, where they hope to find more information about Scott and Cassie. Webb, the adorable blob-like tentacled creature. This is easily the most lovable creature in the quantum realm, and it turns out later in the movie that Webb is more than just a goofball. It's already one of the fan favorites, and he can be best described as a walking blob of amorphous goo that has a head and 2 eyes. When Scott and Cassie first come across Webb among the other freedom fighters opposing Kang, the creature encourages Scott to drink the goo, which is a potion that enables them to understand each other despite the language barrier. Webb is surprised to learn about some basic human features creatures in Scott. For instance, the idea of having holes in the body blows its mind. Later, during the final battle scene, Webb charges towards the forces of Kang with an enthusiastic war cry, but he is riddled with multiple shots that poke several holes in its body. However, Webb doesn't die from the attack and uses these holes to suck in the enemy and also grow substantially in size. It may have lacked a significant role in the movie, but its brief screen presence was surely a fun experience for the audiences. Broccoli Man. The name pretty much sums up this unique creature in the quantum realm. It is first spotted by Dr. Hank Pym, who was quick to acknowledge how the vaguely humanoid creature resembles a walking broccoli. While Hank, Hope, and Janet were visiting the bar, Broccoli Man briefly tried to flirt with Hope, but to no avail. Later, it was seen as a part of the large fighting force amassed by the rebels against Kang the Conqueror. The bartender with a giraffe-like face and protruding eyes. Meet the bartender of the quantum realm. This guy is a lean and of average human height, but that's just about any human resemblance. It has 4 skeletal arm-like protrusions, with defined fingers to grab and hold objects. The face is the most incredible feature of this creature, and it looks like that of a deformed giraffe. The eyes emerge from the 2 sides of the face supported by a tiny branch, and the creature also has defined ears. It is quite agile and fast, which can be observed from the way it serves them drinks in the wink of an eye. The bartender can be seen working non-stop even as they walk away from the scene. The turtle-head creature with large eyes and a featureless head. When Janet takes Hank and Hope to meet Lord Krylar, they have a discussion at a bar, where they see a few more of the wonderful quantum realm creatures. This particular creature has a face that vaguely resembles the head of a turtle. It is slightly elongated, and there are 2 large eyes, but the rest of the face is almost featureless. It seems to be taking orders from Lord Krylar because Janet goes up to this weird creature to request an audition with the Lord. The tiny octopus-like creature in the shots glass. Lord Krylar's brief presence in the movie is an eventful one, and the bar table scene has a few interesting moments. He orders shots for everyone, and warns them that the drink is not meant for those who shy away from taking risks in life. The shot glasses that appear seem to contain some kind of blue liquid with a tiny octopus-like creature alive and wiggling inside. Lord Krylar slurps it all in, but the others at the table do not take the drink. Later, when Janet decides to escape from the place, Hank Pym uses his technology to turn the tiny octopus into a gigantic version of itself. It immediately latches onto Lord Krylar and his forces and buys Hank and his family some time to escape. The blue-headed soldiers of Kang the Conqueror. One of the most common sights in the quantum realm, especially during the duels of the rebel forces and those loyal to Kang, were these soldiers. They all look the same, with cylindrical blue glowing heads and humanoid bodies. These creatures seem to obey Kang's orders, and they possessed laser-shooting guns that could also be used to capture someone using a rope-like feature. They weren't particularly intelligent or strategic, and the protagonists seemed to easily overpower them whenever required. The giant ants in Quantum Realm. Dr. Hank Pym has a special corner for ants in his heart, and his obsession pays off big time during the events of the movie. The ants presumably entered the Quantum Realm along with the others, and they shifted to gigantic sizes when it was required. We see them take up a savior's role quite a few times, but their best moment was preserved for the final moments of the movie. During the events of the final battle, the giant ants come to the rescue just in time. A large swarm of ants engages in battle, and they overpower Kang the Conqueror's defenses with a little help from MODOK. They successfully destroy his shield and carry him away in a hilarious twist. Well, it certainly doesn't add up that someone as invincible and powerful as Kang the Conqueror was taken down by a bunch of ants, but logic aside, it was entertaining scene to watch the ants in action. Marvelous verdict. A few final words. This film marks a major departure from the things that the fans are used to seeing, and although there has been a mixed reception for this one, the visual effects are undeniably stunning. It was fun to watch these remarkable creatures and alien life on a large screen, and we would love to hear from you about your take on the same. Do tell us in the comments below about your thoughts on the movie and your favorite Quantum Realm creature. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.